What in the world? I swear. I swear to y'all. Hold on. Let me put my phone on do not disturb. What in the hell? Why is my phone all of a sudden freezing up? What the fuck? All right, hold on. Okay. All of a sudden, testing, 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 testing. I'll be right back. I'm gonna restart my fucking phone. Let me do a quick restart and I'll be back on the same live right back. For some reason, as soon as I went live, specifically, uh, all of a sudden my phone just kind of started freezing up and going real slow. So I had to restart it. Um, so I just got done doing my offerings to Venus and communing with her, and she gave me a lot of good advice and good information. It's actually Aphrodite, goddess of love and war. So she has her offerings of milk and honey, and her stones, and her candle is going. Hey, Stevan. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Glad to see you here. Um, I know that I'm not like I'm leaving YouTube until no, no, until I officially leave. I'm going to be talking about things that are pertinent. And I got to tell you, in particular in social media, but I also think that this dynamic is happening in real life. That I noticed that there are people that they seem to be put into place somehow. And I think that it's by, like, I feel like the it's like the demon of like this alternative universe or alternative reality that you don't want, and you're probably going to find out um later on. But But I personally, anybody, all scammers and bullshitters and liars are completely canceled and dead in my book. Like those people are just dead already. Like they appear to be alive, but to me they're dead because it really, really like honestly, I'm angry at those people. And I think that a lot of people need to know that there's a lot of perverts in this world, especially in the spiritual community. And of course, we know about the energy vamps. I feel like they feed off of people's sexual energy, which is why I think it's really important for everybody, even if you are a religious person. I think it's very important for everybody to make sure that your sexual energy and your heart is being protected. And what I wanted to come and talk to y'all about is certain people that are meant to, like, they don't mind giving up their life for their plight of hate and fakeness. Um, they're very fake, especially people that you see in social media. It's almost like they don't give a damn about the things that most of us give a damn about. And it's almost like they just want people, as many people as possible, to come to their social media and almost worship them like they are gods. And they just want they want to be the focus of people's lives, and it doesn't matter what is actually supposed to be happening in that person's life to provide them with what they need, the nurturing, the love, the things that they need to complete them in life. And so that's why I want y'all to be very careful about certain people that are in social media that are very negative when it comes to love. Please be very careful with those types of people. Those types of people have taken a vow of hate. And what those people want to do, because they are so bitter and they are in a place of apathy and they are in a place where they feel like there's no happiness out there for them. They feel some type of way. And the things that you are supposed to have, those people are there to either distract you, delay you, or either to just ruin your future altogether. So it's not necessarily the same thing as destiny stealing. It's more so to where you're being distracted and being put on a path outside of your destiny. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Um, a lot of people need to start paying more attention to their love life. And this is one of the reasons why I don't like this website. Like, I mean, I look at the stories, I look at videos about men murdering women. I look at those videos, and what you'll notice is that underneath the video, it'll almost seem like a bot or something. We all know that men murdering their wives is like a minority. Like, we know that that don't happen nearly as much as people end up being single and alone, and it don't happen as much as people that just end up happily married or with someone that they actually love. And so what Venus wanted me to warn a lot of people about is that you really want to think about, like, for example, especially if you are being pursued, gang stalked, or either stalked by an ex, or if you have been in an extremely abusive situation, toxic situation, you need to look at who, like, of course, get out of that situation ASAP, like ASAP. But what you need to be looking at is your love life. You need to be looking at it, because what is happening is that for some reason it is being hidden from you. It is like, and I think that it's certain groups of people, just like they've got the groups of people, the anti-natalists, they have anti-love people. And these people have hate in their heart. They hate this earth. They hate life. They hate people. They hate love. They hate real love. These are the people that probably, if they saw a couple showing public displays of affection, they would want to kill that couple. These are people that are severely fucked up in the head. And these people have formed alliances and even secret societies, and they are using the Kabbalah, they are using witchcraft, they are even using the Bible to like fuck with people, right? So I want y'all to think about that at the next sign that you get, and I want you to take it fucking seriously. If you are single right now, I can guarantee you that the person that you are supposed to be with is out there, and they are lost, and it is being done by design. It is being done artificially. They got agents, right? Real agents that play in your fucking face. This person is meant to take you off of that path completely. And yeah, it does have something to do with the twin flames and the soulmates, but it's just for everybody. It's for it's for a lot of different people, and these people will go through great lengths to distract you from that person. For example, I talk to y'all a lot about my significant other. Me and him are working some stuff out. I am healing him very deeply, and not just healing him, just dealing with some stuff that I'm dealing with him. Y'all know that I met him last year in 2024, but we were actually supposed to meet in 2018. But because of fake people doing fake things, wanted to use me and wanted to, like, hey, Kelly Mitchell, wanted to use me, wanted to like literally interject themselves into my life for their own purpose. It delayed me meeting him by 6 years. I would have met him in 2018, and Spirit showed me the circumstances that I would have met him under, because he actually is like a contractor. He works on houses. So the energy back in 2018 was so weird that something knocked it off of balance. This is the reason why there's a lot of people that don't believe necessarily in doing love spells only under certain circumstances, because there's people out there that are inducing artificial shit, and what ends up happening is that you are delayed in meeting the person that you're actually supposed to fall in love with organically. Now just think about the difference. Like, 6 years makes a lot of difference. Then not only that, that those years, like a lot of y'all, if it's somebody that's bullshitting around with you, and love scamming you and shit like a narcissist, get out as soon as possible and start pursuing and opening up the door and pulling in that person that you're supposed to be with, because what is happening in between that time that you dealing with fuck face, we're gonna call them fuck faces. What's happening during that time that you dealing with that fake person, your significant other that you supposed to be with, the person you supposed to be in love with, they going through it. And you going through it too, but they going through hell. And it's certain things that are happening in their life. It's like a negative butterfly effect. Like the fact that this person did what they did to delay you and that person coming into union is having disastrous effects on not only you, but that person. And y'all suffering because not only are y'all apart, but y'all are also being attacked spiritually, because it's something very evil that would do that. And you already have the connection. The connection is there. You can't help it. And, so in that 6 years that I did not meet him, me and him both were going through hell without each other. So that means that once you do run into that person, you gotta that now you gotta heal, because everything is broken. Your heart is broken, your body is broken. 6 years is a long time, and it ain't no demon. It's people. It's people, man. It's confused people. That's why I said be careful out in social media. These so-called love gurus, these so-called people, it's something wrong with these folk. They want attention. They want it to be all about them. It's not about guiding you. It's not about guiding you to your place of just this peace and happiness. It's about serving them almost like they're God. And this is why I said be careful with that. I truly believe that a lot of them is one of the reasons why they go through so much. It's evil. Some of them are obvious about it, but a lot of them will lie and bullshit with you. And especially if it's some fake man, if it's a fake man that they done put into place to, you know, to distract you, so that you can be distracted by either this drama, this negativity, this chaos. Not that you enjoy it, but they want to take over your life with it, right? And then especially if they can get you to let this fake person into your life, that's really delaying the process of you being with that person. By the time you meet that person, there's going to be a great deal of trauma that that person is not going to really understand, probably on the level that you would understand. And most people are not going to understand it, even especially people that have not watched this video. Of course, my channel ended up blacklisted. I don't know exact. I think that it has something to do with human sacrifice on some level. Certain people that they chose to sacrifice, either to be a living sacrifice or a blood sacrifice. You were not supposed to survive that situation. You were supposed to succumb to that situation, give into that situation, become very bitter and angry, because that is your way of serving that energy when it's not serving you at all. So it's a lot of people, like, for example, they'll come to social media And they may just be lollygagging. They may just be, you know what I'm saying, bored or whatever. And they run into a person that's literally trying to change the course of their lives. And there are some people out there, and I have checked them out in spirit. The way that they are is they like, I don't give a fuck about this person's destiny. I don't give a damn about what they supposed to be doing. I just want these people to serve me. I want everything to serve me, everything to serve me. So it's a person, it's a me person. It's a narcissistic person. And it's nothing wrong with being out for yourself, but when you are literally changing the courses of people's lives because it's a certain energy that you get from your significant other. It's a certain energy. Like, I'm gonna give y'all an example. I'm gonna be very open in this video, right? There's this working that I do, and I've been doing it for years, and it's kept me very grounded, and it's kept me like, it's kept my business secure and stable. But when I got displaced and I moved into an extended stay where I met my significant other, where I met him finally, and that's basically what it took for me to meet him. And it happened in a traumatic way, but I didn't have that work with me, and I didn't even think about doing it. I didn't even think to do it, like, but I was still okay. You know why? Because he was right by me. I could see him every day. I could talk to him every day. Like, his presence was there a lot. And with his presence there, that kept me stable. That kept me stable, right? It would have been better had I did that work, but at least, at the very least, like, just him being there was, it kept things very stable. Okay. So it's a certain energy that you're supposed to get from that person that y'all provide to one another, that these scammers and these bullshitters, especially love scammers and shit like that, people that just, and it ain't just love scammers, it's just people that keep a bunch of drama going. People that come on here, it's not even educational. It's always about their fucking drama, what's going on with them. And if you got your situation set up to where your following is worshiping you like you a fucking god, or you're a cult leader, hey man, that's on you. I personally am a person that I provide spiritual services for people, right? So it's a win-win situation. I do what I love to do for a living, and you get what you want out the deal. So it's two-sided. It's not one-sided. If I were a person that just constantly came on here like, oh my God, I need help. Oh my God, every 5 minutes, so and so is doing this to me, then I would be guilty of that. Because at some point, as adults, we figure out how to navigate throughout life without constantly, somebody did something to me, I'm a victim all the time, right? There are some people that are purposely keeping you wrapped up in drama constantly, so that they are still in your destiny, because your time is being spent. That's why I don't really like some of the gossip channels. Are interesting, but like these drama and beef channels, I don't like them, because I feel like what they're doing is, number one, they're not only possessing people, and taking over their minds, and almost placing people under mind control, because it's constant drama in a loop to loop all the time. But then again, they are factually taking people's time and destiny from them. Times when that person is supposed to not have anything to think about. Times when that person's mind is supposed to be clear. When you're supposed to have clarity, you're supposed to be able to sit and think. Sometimes it's good to be bored, because you know what? If you're bored, you're able to think. You can sit there and you can think about something, and you may like that's important for you to have that alone time. Instead, it's like in a constant loop, These people are like constantly drama, drama, drama. And I don't agree with that, because what they're doing is they are denying people of their life. And they can sit up there and say, oh, well, I got a life and the people watching us got a life and got everything. But I don't believe that shit. I don't believe it. Some people don't give a damn about having a real life. If they can just front for social media, there are some people, we all know it's the truth. There, if we, because we know narcissistic people. Narcissistic people do not actually have to have a real life of happiness and satisfaction. As long as they can keep up appearances, that's all they care about. As long as they can be fake, that's all they care about. I can't be that way. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with y'all. I have been sick. My stomach hurts, like my like everything hurts, because I'm fixing what went wrong with me and my significant other. And then not only that, I have to deal with my family situation, my children, and I have responsibilities, people depending on me. So I'm not about to come on here and be all front and fake and shit, because I'm not narcissistic. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have been a victim of that shit. People, fake people, fake people. They fake, they frauds. All that time going back and forth, that is going to change the course of your life. It does. And you know what? Not only that, they're trying to put spell work with it. So when you add spell work with it, what they doing is they closing doors. They closing doors to your actual real destiny, to the point where it can't really play out organically the way it's supposed to be. Now, I'm a witch. I don't have anything against witchcraft. Witchcraft is not fake. Witchcraft is not just about glamour. In fact, glamour is like a very tiny portion of witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to my brand of witchcraft, which is heavily focused on healing and destiny. So y'all need to be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really difficult. It sucks what they are doing. And I believe that it's narcissistic people. I believe it's narcissists that's doing it. I think because the narcissistic person doesn't necessarily have to have real happiness in their life. Narcissistic people are very different. They're very, very different than other people. And let's keep it real. Okay. Be careful of these people out here. And then even when you go on to some of these witches, be careful with them for real. Be careful with them. Be careful with the ones, like, for example, if you dealing with somebody, let's say he married or involved or something, and they'll just say, oh, well, that's your man, that's who you supposed to be with, da da da. That ain't, like, no, that's not real. You supposed to be with somebody else, somebody that's for you. That married disgusting man is basically standing in front of your destiny, basically. And a lot of times, that's why I be telling y'all, be careful of them entanglements, because some of these people out here, they're like vampire, they're like parasites. They will parasite off of your energy. They will literally parasite off of your energy. I've seen people do it. I've seen them doing it. They are out here constantly looking for people to parasite on, constantly. And that's the truth. If you don't protect your energy, and if you don't do it very drastically, they will try to take your whole life and make it about them. That's exactly what narcissistic people do. So a lot of y'all that's walking around here, a lot of y'all going deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. You know, y'all hearing all these stories, some of them real, some of them fake, about men. You know, honestly, uh the jury is still out on a lot of stuff that we see in the media. I mean, we know that unfortunate things happen, but honestly, a lot of that stuff is being exacerbated and it's being purposely done. And Venus said they don't have the right to do that. It don't matter how old you are. You know, you can be in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. If it's meant for you to meet the man for you or the woman for you later on in life, it just is what it is. You've been delayed for so long, you know what I'm saying, from that person. And a lot of this other stuff has been a distraction from your real life and what you're supposed to be, where with that of which is going to bring you happiness and peace and completion in life. And we got people out here doing it on purpose. Seriously. Y'all need to start paying attention. Yeah, you know what? Your enemies, yeah, you do need to give them some of your attention as far as like with dealing with them. But a lot of y'all should be at the stage where you are either looking at your significant other. Who is he? Who is she? Where are they at? When are they going to come into your life? Why is it delayed? When were you supposed to meet them? You were supposed to, a lot of y'all was supposed to meet that person a long time ago, but you got some bullshit person that will like literally when for some reason during, and then I see them doing a lot during the full and the new moons, especially when the constellation is in Cancer or Leo, or you know, they pick in certain times, man. All I gotta say is that my goddess is Venus Aphrodite, and she is the goddess of love and war, and she does not like it. She doesn't. You know, Venus is one of those deities that feeds off of love. People that actually work with Venus, actually, you can make Venus offerings of your orgasms. Like she can't feed off of fake orgasms and fake love. And it's not that she feeds on it like a vampire, it's more so that it pleases her. It pleases her. She's all about love and just romance and love, you know. She may seem very hateful because she's at war for love, and then she's also very healing. Y'all better stop neglecting y'all men. Man, y'all men are out there. There is a man, there is a woman out there for you. But all this bullshit is distracting you. I can promise you that. Those are the readings that you need to get. Think about it. Why would anybody ever be tied up like I noticed the past decade, man, they've been doing it a lot. They've been doing it a lot. Why are they doing it? I think it's for purposes of death and destruction. Confusion. They real confused about what the fuck it is they supposed to be doing. When I think about how amazing it would have been if I would have met my significant other in 2018. By the time I met him, I was going through a like a serious healing process. my body was broken down. You know what I'm saying? And then that special energy that was supposed to be there, it was still there, but it was certain aspects that made me feel, it was very sad what I was going through. You know what I'm saying? And I needed him to feed my soul, and he did. He fed me a lot. Not just not just energetically, but food, like, you know. And so y'all just start thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all are under possession and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize that a lot of the stuff that they doing is keeping you from living your real life. You know what I'm saying? And it's worse now that social media has become so popular. It's worse because it makes it easier for them to do it. And yeah, they do have an intention of doing that. It's like these people don't have human souls or something. It's weird because they are dedicated to it. They are dedicated to it. It's weird. So at a time that you're supposed to be thinking about love and romance, and you may be getting ready to go somewhere, and it may be at that exact moment where you're going to run into this person, and instead somebody's online doing a live stream and you get distracted. Like, that's how easily the scales can be tipped. And race don't have nothing to do with it. Happening to every race of people. And then there's some of y'all that y'all purposely being targeted. Like, it's purposely a target because it's something about you and that other person's energy, individually. If you come together as a collective, which is the two of you, that's a threat to them, right? So that's why they got to hurry up and, do things to break you apart from that person, and to inject their hatred and their visceral and their lies and their disgusting behaviors. Yeah. So y'all got to be careful out there. Don't engage those people. Don't even engage with those people. Regardless if you make the mistake and meet up with that fake ass person that they don't put into place to be a fake fraud, they're still going to try to manipulate. They're still going to try to manipulate. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. What I notice is that many of them, it seems like they are involved with some kind of incestuous situation or some kind of weirdness, or either they're just very bitter. They're just very bitter. And that goes for your love life and your career. You think that person gives a damn about your career? They don't give a damn if you got to worship them from a park. They don't give a damn about your well-being. They don't give a damn about your family. They don't give a damn about none of that. All they care about is, are you bowing down to them and worshiping them like they're fucking God? And that's a false God. Like, people be talking about false gods. There it is. And they usually have a lot to say that involves shock value. It's got to be some kind of violence or shock value or drama or some kind of fuck shit that they're talking about. the longer that you're separated from the life that you're supposed to live, not just your lover, your heart is going into atrophy because of these people. And all they present to you is all the hate in the world, all the hate. What about the love? What about the love that's in this world that we see every single day? So, and when I first opened up my Venus circle, uh, they just immediately, like, I could sense all kind of attacks. It was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. Typically, what spirit is telling me right now is that a lot of them have demons that are serving as like your spirit husband, like a spiritual husband. So basically, all of your sexual energy is going to this demon that's probably more than likely raping you in the astral, raping you in your sleep, or just whenever it wants to, just to feed off of you energetically. So that's pretty much what Venus, goddess of love, wants everybody to know about this situation. We gotten past a lot of the bad, but we are getting prepared for Easter Sunday. Seem like to me certain religious organizations, they want to patent and take over love. They want to control the love. But love is not for them to control. You know what I'm saying? They're very sadly mistaken. So, Easter Sunday is definitely going to be a ritual. And it's not about their love for their resurrection of Jesus. It's about their rituals of hate. Okay? It's about their rituals of hate. So if y'all ain't got in my Venus circle, you need to. Okay? I had to come back and remind y'all of that. If you haven't gotten in that circle, you need to. And it is something that they always up to. They always up to. It's very unorthodox too. This is some shit they made up on their own that they're not necessarily being supported. And they're like 99.9% of the universe is not supporting what the fuck they're doing. There are certain demons of each of these planets. I ain't gonna get into that, but y'all just got to be careful out there. Okay? Be very careful out there with these people. Seriously. And what I went through in social media, I'm about to tell y'all something straight up and fucking down. That bullshit that y'all saw me go through, y'all better not ever let that dictate y'all love life to y'all, because that shit was not real. That shit was made up. That was made up. It was a script. It was made up. Even though what was happening was very real, it was still made up. And it's got something to do with some kind of agenda that has to do with um not it wasn't just my love life, but it was anybody that was witnessing that bullshit. Okay. Y'all don't stop believing in love just because you see some shit like that happening. Okay. All right, y'all. That's pretty much it. That's her message. Y'all have a happy Wednesday.